Hello, hello there. Welcome again. Day 423. Let's hop straight into it. Hello there. Welcome. Hello there to you. No, not really. I like some of the stuff in the event, but the amount of points they require now is just ridiculous. It's like, at that point, I'd rather have my life and just hand them the money. So instead, they're just not getting either. I do have it, I'm just not any good with it. I haven't really figured out the best keys to bind the radar cycle and radar lock to. I thought it was like 40,000 points to get the thing. Made a poor choice already. That's what I did. I should not have strayed this far from everyone else. Teammate. I'm just trying to stick near him. I think sometimes with the event stuff, it's just, if nothing really is something I'm interested in, I don't really bother. Or if the event itself isn't that interesting. Like, I really enjoyed the Sturm Tiger event. I thought that was a lot of fun. I guess at least I haven't died. Yeah, if it was like a special F-16 or something, then yeah, absolutely. I'd be probably going for it. Like if it was the NASA version YF-16, that'd be awesome. Got lucky on that one, he didn't notice. Just not paying attention. Don't have any... Yeah, I'm missing my front landing gear. The landing might be difficult. They have 5 left. Or like another one I would probably consider is oddball vehicles that do something interesting. So like part of why I like the Sturm Tiger is because it's artillery, realistically. So if they were to add, say, the MLRS or the Paladin system, I'd be on board with grinding for those. Plane right there. Yeah, it's a 104. Don't bother. Even at this rank, those planes go very fast. Oh, come on, don't get in my way like that. Got him. Yes. I'm getting better at the idea of just shoot your bullets and let them fly into it. They better stop burning so much fuel or else I'm just gonna run out. Might even cut it back. There he is. I'm gonna make a gamble on it. I either run out of fuel or I get him. I have 97 rounds in my cannon and 5 sidewinders. Let's see how this goes. Just trying to get back to his airfield. I might have a chance to take him down. He's trying to break my lock. Uh-oh. Well, that was silly of me. Went very poorly. Oh well, I got 2 kills. I can live with that. $85K left. So very green. Oh shoot. Finished with the research for it. Yeah, I think the only one I was even moderately interested in was this. That's a flying point. But I'm not fast enough to. Cockpit is not closed. They should really close that before TITCOM. In the game? No idea. Probably never. Honestly, I think the only place we will ever see a nuclear weapon actually used in an engagement will be naval warfare. Because of its ability to just wreck a flotilla of ships. That, and it would get around a lot of the concerns with hitting stuff too close to civilian population centers. I think realistically that's the place they'd end up getting used if they ever do. By the feel of it from playing, the MiG-29 right now. Absolutely. That thing's a beast. And this is, as a lover of the F-16, the MiG-29's a beast. Very impressive aircraft. Biggest thing I think the F-16 really has going for it is ease of mass production and cost. It is like it just is. It's just that. It's the all reliable. That's why there's something like 6,000 or so produced units, I think it was. I don't remember what it was currently at. It's like 5,800 or something. Which sounds like very small numbers, especially when you consider World War II aircraft production sizes. Oh, come on, how did I miss that? Because I suck at aiming, that's how. Oh no, come on, last second. Just get him. not meant to be. That was close. Okay, I got one. Was that the one I was trying to get? That was, I don't know what I was doing there. Much the tree line. Yeah, I know, I'm gonna clip one hard right here in a second. Damage control surfaces. Good time. Nice. Good job.
Attention to the map.
Oh, we must have one hovering over our runway. Not anymore. Yeah, I would say some of the strongest points in favor of the F-16 come down to logistics-minded stuff, not necessarily performance-minded stuff. When we're comparing at least to the MiG-29. Sometimes just change that to see what'll happen. Even if I don't intend to finish it. Especially if it's on something I'm not going to play anyway, like a bomber. I don't have any bombers at this level. There aren't any bombers at this level. Nice choice of number. Oh, my teammate there. You mean like plugging in a controller? I'm using a mouse and keyboard at the moment. A lot of mountains. Yeah, I've felt that. I tried playing some using a Steam Link on my living room TV, and I used a controller for that to play some Ground, and it was doable, but oh boy, didn't feel rough. But to be fair, I haven't sat and only played with a controller in a while. Usually only for third-person games. Third-person games, I love using a controller. In terms of action-oriented games, like, Nier. It's a good example. Devil May Cry, those kind of games, action fighters. There's one. I missed that. That. He just eject. Oh no. Oh well. It's there with the F-14. Probably not going to be tonight, though. Red aircraft. Spooky. Yeah, it really is. The keyboard and mouse controls in Air feel surprisingly natural. The game I've been thinking about replaying soon is Ace Combat 7. Mostly because I love how ridiculous they are. think the other thing I was looking for to add the sparrows was a quick way to swap my primary secondary weapons, a good keybind for that, so that I can ensure I'm going to fire a sparrow and not a sidewinder. Ace Combat 4 was real good. There was a few of them during that era I never got to play. My first one, though, would have been back when it was air combat on the PlayStation 1. But there are some things that I think Ace Combat as a series and a game type tackle as futuristic things that I find interesting, such as in Ace Combat 7, the use of drones and how the drones fly, being the kind of flying that would kill a human pilot. A human pilot wouldn't be able to handle the amount of G's for a vehicle to just instantaneously stop, reverse direction immediately at full thrust. It's definitely an intense moment in the game when you're trying to fight these hyper-capable vehicles in a regular plane with a human pilot. I think the last one I played before 7 was whatever one Blurry was on. I don't remember if that was 5 or 4. Yeah, I love the drone moment. It is such a great show of the capability difference between human and machine. Yeah, it's like suddenly when you don't have to worry about G's knocking you out, you can make an aircraft do some silly things. I think what we'll end up at first is basically playing War Thunder. Will end up being war. I think the only hope, though, is that maybe the enemy will also be at that point, and then it'll just be machine assets versus machine assets. Because realistically, the damage to the population is a side effect of needing to destroy asset and infrastructure. If focused on a completely robotic side of that, then the need to interfere with that would drastically reduce. Personally, I think. But who knows? Because of situations like that. Right there. Flying inside a city. Depending on what is happening. I think we have a lot of strange things coming our way that nobody is ready for. No.
Our victory is near.
But yeah, like even the ability for, say, you can reduce the amount of human combatants on the field because you now have assignable squad members that are robots, like you would have AI in a video game. Oh yeah, he did. I think it'll be interesting to see how things develop, for sure. So far, the biggest thing that we've seen out of anything that actually reduces conflict ends up being economic trade. The more trade lines open between nations, the less likely they want to screw it up because nobody wants to stop the gravy train flowing. Problem again with such a thing then is you end up with proxy wars instead. Yeah, realistically, the only way to defend systems like this, because you would have to rely on wireless communications, is they need to be able to act autonomously without that communication. But to program them with that level of capability is a path full of danger. Not necessarily guaranteed to be danger, but it is full of. Like things that we're seeing very quickly: automated defense turrets, automated drone systems. The harvesting and scraping of data across all nationalities, people of the planet. Kind of allows you to profile and catalog all of it. Yeah, that's why I think to some degree we'll still have them around, but I believe the job will have changed. It would be closer to, ugh, I hate to say it, enhanced officers. Like that officer units would be given, okay there, would be outfitted with a large amount of drone units to command, instead of human units to command. Human units then would likely be kept in supply logistics to handle repairs of the autonomous systems until we can train them to repair themselves. But like even the cost of training soldiers can be prohibitively expensive depending on what you're looking to do. Just one infantryman or infantry soldier will cost you $100,000 and 4 months of training just to get one. We start talking Rangers, Special Forces, or anything like that, and you're easily talking millions of dollars per soldier for training, and possibly years of training to get them to the point where they are viable. Compared to once they have a known training matrix or training program for a robot, it's a matter of plug it into a frame, reprogram it. You build it once and then copy, paste, copy, paste. Oh, he's got one of them little jammers on him. Look at that. Wog, 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 wog. Got him. Got me. The thing is that I feel like by that point, AI is in control of so much that the reasons that we go to war will have completely changed. Like, if the AI are in control of so much of the stuff, then to a degree it becomes their decision as to whether or not to deploy. And we don't really know yet how they might handle things that we would go to war over. Turns out they might be better at diplomacy than we are. They might be able to avoid it more frequently than we can. We don't really know yet. I'm excited for what AI could bring and what it could do. I think it will be a possible boon to humanity. Like, even to a degree, once we start seeing, say, the first AI-run governments, where we've removed the human element completely from it. How would that change things? How would that affect the system? I'd be curious to see experiments into that. Of course, I'm going into it with the thought of, like, if anybody has played Stellaris, the idea of the servitor or steward class of robots, that their job is more maintenance of the human species than it is to be a producer of anything. They're more a large Byzantine economic force. I don't think humanity as a society will change. And that's just a thing that will happen, a thing that has always happened. I think humans, though, as a species, I don't think you could get rid of them. Even if you tried, you could not get rid of them. They are far too adaptable. They can live in way too many places. Probably see drastically reduced populations, but I highly doubt you would ever see humanity wiped out, barring cataclysmic sort of event, like the Earth explodes. Humans are too stubborn to go down that easy. But I think one of the things that's important to realize with AI is that AI itself is an aggregate or an average of all the training and data that it takes in, which is made from all of us. So all AI is the personification of our collective thinking. Statistics be crazy, though. I think that's the funniest part to me with AI. At the end of the day, it's glorified statistics. This is all just taking in huge amounts of data, finding averages, finding trends, and building an assumption or a case from there.
Our victory is near.
So I think the biggest place many of us will be excited for that we haven't realized yet when it comes to AI will be video games. Imagine being able to play a multiplayer game with no humans, where you can curate the type of players you're playing against exactly, and the kind of personalities you want them to have. Feeling I'm going to see one to the left here any second now. Oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention. Yep, I've seen some of that stuff, and we're seeing all the pieces of it begin to form, because there are other ways in which this will get used that are going to be crazy, because let's break down the idea of image generation. So image generation, the creation of the image from scratch based on what you have asked it to do, can be taken to the extreme of displaying a movie in real time or displaying a video game in real time, made up completely on the fly to your choosing. Oh, that's expensive. Yep, the Skyrim AI one was very cool too. But it's like, as we begin to piece all of these little bits of AI tech together, the stuff that's going to come out of it is going to be crazy. To a degree, like, society shattering. Yep. All of it being able to be created on the fly like this. What does it do? What does it cause? Personally, to me, what I think it will cause is the increased strength of the individual. We now have the ability as an individual to, if you want to make a game, you have a writer that can work for you now. You have an artist that can work for you now. You have voice actors. You have all of these groups of people that might be hard for you to get a hold of or afford are now available to you. Yes, at a very basic level, really. I imagine it'll be a while before we see AI performing at top tier actor level or writer level, but it is good enough to help people get started in something. Like, when I first started my channel, some of my first thumbnails I used were AI generated because I didn't have anything else, but I wanted to get started. So I used that to generate a couple thumbnails to get me started. And then as I had time, I went back and redid them using what I had learned. And now you can see in some of mine, I've drawn, like the current one that I'm using, I've drawn the B and the F-16. The background is AI generated and blurred in order to help give the illusion that it's on a runway. But because that's available, it helps speed up the process very quickly. I think the biggest thing that's going to take people by surprise, really, with all of it, is just how fast it's progressing. I mean, I personally think there's a good chance that we did hit the singularity and we don't realize it. Because I'm not certain it's something we would ever be able to realize. See, am I gonna go left or right this time? Something different. Let's go right. I keep dying when I go left. Let's die when I go right instead. But yeah, I can talk about AI, robotics, technology, computers for hours. It's my specialty, really. Nowadays, it's like if you want to work in technology, you have to be willing to completely throw out all the skills you have and start from scratch again. Because that's a very real thing that can occur. So you kind of need to build up a good system for yourself of how you do that. How do you pick up this new tool you've never been exposed before in a side of your field that you've never thought about before? Wait a minute. Is this the one time I went the right direction and everybody else went the left? Of course. Nice. Alright. But yeah, like, to a degree, the skill that you need to be building is your ability to interface with technologies and to understand the intent to them. Yes, to a degree, it's like memetics. It started from the human memes, our cultures that we developed, and AI is now replicating them, more so than trying to create anything new. A human might take these things as a chance to expand upon themselves, to do something that hasn't been done before. And that's kind of what you're seeing with AI art, to a degree, is people taking, oh, I want to see this such and such character that's traditionally done in this way, but shown in a new light. And it allows somebody without much skill that may have that thought to show that to the world. I heard one version of it that I saw was the difference between the process and the product. Or the programmer cares about the end result, the result of what they do, what they programmed. Oh no, that's gonna hurt somebody. Whereas the artist cares about the process that is followed in the creation of art. The problem comes from society does not typically value the process. They only value the result. So we've inadvertently said that we prefer AI-produced works in this way. But no, the world's gonna get crazy. Like, it's gonna get wild. Personally, copyright has no future. It makes zero sense in a world with AI. It just doesn't work anymore. It was designed for a world 140 years ago. Like, we are so far past that. It's like the patent system. The patent system serves no purpose anymore. The speed and advancement of technology, we're along for the ride at this point. It's like the issue of copyright only becomes a problem when you're trying to display it to others. If you're running an AI program or server in your own home, producing movies to your own TV for you to watch, is there any actual issue? I personally don't think so. Because at that point, all it is people wanting to get their grubby on some more money, and that's it. Which is why I'm interested in AI taking more control, because that whole human greed crap, it makes me curious about, like, as companies begin to have more and more AI invested at the upper levels, the executive levels, at what point do the companies realize that these board of executives are screwing them over and then actively oust them as dangers to itself? Because we've all seen it. A bunch of rich people come into a company, cut costs everywhere it possibly can, destroy the company's reputation, walk out with a couple $100 million each, or as much as they can get away with. And if the company was a more aware living creature, it might not take so kindly to something like that. It might, in fact, actively fight someone trying to do that to it. That would be. But I think that's enough for tonight. But I will be playing again tomorrow night, and I hope you're all able to join me again. So until then, I hope you all have a good night. Goodbye.